My name's Brian Epplin. I'm 40 years old. Approximately 2 years ago, I started feeling at work, and while I was working, I started feeling various signs and symptoms, and that I wasn't sure what was taking place, whether in my marriage, through marital issues, relationships at home, my family life, experiencing things such as fatigue on a daily basis that I maybe just attributed to work and just aging and being busy. From fatigue to restless nights, sleepless. My sleep pattern was very disrupted. I try to work out regularly. It was very difficult to get through the workouts, so my energy levels were greatly decreased. So throughout this time period and feeling days of depression, of just struggling to get through each day, I made an appointment. I went to my primary care physician. Through a conversation with a primary care physician, he then thought that maybe this would be something related to low testosterone levels. We did have my blood drawn. We did find out that I did have low testosterone. He did refer me to a specialist. I did go under the care of the specialist who prescribed androgel. We applied that one time a day. I also started, during that time period, experiencing some negative symptoms that I thought at the time was even related to the androgel. My nipples were quite sensitive and sore. That was about the time period where I became very fortunate to get to know Dr. George. During that time of my initial conversation with Dr. George, of never meeting him in person, never explaining my signs, my symptoms that I was experiencing, and or the history that I experienced with my primary care physician, Dr. George was able to essentially hit the nail on the head and explain to me exactly the signs and symptoms that I was experiencing, the side effects that I was experiencing from the prescription that I was given by the specialist at the time. During that time, my testosterone levels were at the very low range, and the specialist at that time was telling me that everything was great. I still was not feeling very positive and very good results from that treatment. So I began to work with Dr. George. I had my blood drawn. I've been successfully a patient of Dr. George for quite some time now. I've had great luck. Since being on the testosterone therapy and monitoring my blood values and my labs, over-the-counter supplementation, I can tell you at this point in time, my marriage is better. My family life is better. Every day, I wake up glad to face every day today. Sleep patterns, I sleep